Welcome. It is now Sunday. Haha, get it? Yeah, right. Bad dad joke. I got some of these Sun boxes that I'm going to take to VCF as possible back-end war dialing targets. Got this SPARC 20 here. I got a SPARC Station 20 and a SPARC Server 20. Here is the other one, SPARC 20. That one has Solaris 5.6 on it and a dial-up modem. I installed NetBSD 10 on this one as something different, and we're going to go through on how to get a serial terminal on it as the console and get a dial-up modem working on it. So here we go. If you look on the back of these machines, they have an RS-232 serial port here. It is labeled A/B. I'm pretty sure you can plug a terminal right into it as is, but you can also split it out using these YAB splitter cables that you can pick up from eBay. However, they're not all created the same. Even though they both say A/B on it, one of them has little pictures on the other side of it. See if I can grab it here. It says AB, but also has these little images. I'm not sure what they're for, but this other one does not have those on it. It just says AB. Well, it turns out this one is for a SPARC Station SLC, and this one is for the SPARC Station 20. What's the difference? Well, they appear to be for different peripherals externally, but functionally, the the SLC one is missing some pins. 3 or 4 of them, in fact. So, guess what doesn't work? Guess what does work? This one we're going to set aside and not use. This one we will use. I ordered another one. Don't ask me how long it took me to figure this out yesterday. But what can you do with it? Duh. You plug it in here. So that's what we're going to do. We'll connect in this AB connector. Let's make sure we have the proper one without the stupid little logo things on it. And we'll connect it in. NetBSD on here acts like the SPARC the Solaris 5.6 machine, where the serial ports are TTY-A and TTY-B. So we will take TTY-A. Oh, and I made up some of these RJ45 to DB25 male adapters because the other end is a Cisco 2600 with an async port in it as my console server. If you want to make that little adapter up yourself, you can pause this screen and there is the pinout for it. Maybe we'll get out here so the light, up to you. There you go. There's the pinout for this. So we are going to bring the cable over from the Cisco over here. It's just a regular Ethernet cable coming over from the adapter. And let's find A and connect that. All right, there's one. Let's get it out of the way. We'll put it up here. So for the modem, I have this USR Sportster with a cable coming off the back because this is a female and that is a female, so you need a straight through cable for that. We'll connect that up. And that is running to the Sportster right here, which I have connected over to the Cisco 3845 to get analog voice from. There's our physical connections. I've got video coming off to this monitor, and I got a Sun keyboard mouse. So we're not going to run serial port console yet, just a straight up terminal. And we'll get to the modem. And that's what we're going to run to next. We'll set up. Here we are on the NetBSD side. And to show you, it is NetBSD 10.1 that I have installed on here. How do you get the modem and the terminal working on here? It's pretty straightforward. We're going to edit the TTY's file. TTYA and TTYB are the two that we're after here. And by default, they're turned off. We turned them on in here by editing that. And for the terminal line, I'm adding the local modifier. So DCD is ignored by Getty. And for the modem, I'm turning on hardware flow control. Set those two to on, add those options. Run the command TTY flags -A. That will set local and RTS-CTS to those particular options. Then kill-hup1 the init, which will reread everything and start Gettys up. And we should now have 2 Gettys running. All right, note that on the modem, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to set auto answer to on. You know, connect to it with tip and program it to set auto answer all the time. Or I could probably set a dip switch, because I haven't found a way to send any sort of chat script to the modem with Getty to turn auto answer on. For the terminal, that won't matter. But when we get to the modem, we'll try it out. Let's go over to the Cisco terminal server now and see if it works. Welcome to my kind of old Windows 10 laptop. We'll bring up a session to my Cisco console server here. Hopefully you can see that okay. I have it so, yeah, I think you can. We'll log in and get the menu. So I have this set up with just 16, no, it's a 32 port async. And I got a menu on it that a user automatically gets when it logs in. Number 4 is currently the connection running over there. So let's go to number 4 and hit enter. Boom. There is our login off that machine. Let's log in as, I think I have an account on it. Bingo. Well, it works. Probably get some terminal type weirdness with the Cisco, but I am on there, and that is it. So as long as you got the Cisco setup right, which is pretty much default, you got the cable, the adapter, the RJ45 to DB25 adapter, set up Getty, boom, you're in with the AB. And that's it for that. Now let's hop over to the modem. I'm going to opt to set the modem to auto answer using a dip switch on the hardware. If you have a US Robotics Sportster like one of these, or probably any other one, you can look on the back and it tells you which one is which. In this case, I'm going to set, where is it? Dip switch 5 up will set auto answer to on. If you can't do it on your modem, you could always set it up to auto answer, you know, just go ATS 0 = 1 to the modem once. Come on, focus. And then write it and save it, and it should persist beyond power cycles. You could do it on the modem, or you could do it there, either place. At any rate, I have it plugged in. It should be listening now. Let's run Telex. I have the NetBSD box on extension 4211 internally. Let's actually edit it. Let's go. And dial. Ka-ching. Oops. Pretty sure I typed that wrong. There we go. And since it is wired through to a modem and we got hardware flow control, everything should be fine. Up to and including when we exit, it should disconnect and hang us up. And it does. One of the differences, by the way, in that other cable that I found, the one for the SLC, was that DTR was not asserted on port B, and hardware flow control could not be turned on amongst some other pins that weren't extended out. Again, beware when you buy these cables on eBay that you're getting the exact one for the SPARC Station 10 and not some other one. Oh, let me grab the part number for you. The actual Sun part number is 530-1869-02, and I think the FRU number is 495-9324. If I remember right, that is X, like 835 or 935A in their parts catalog. But that first number I gave you should be the one to search for on eBay if you want to get one. Anyways, there it is, NetBSD 10, SPARC Station 20 with both a serial port terminal and the dial-up modem. The only thing left next is to get it so when I have the Sun keyboard disconnected, it will use that TTY port all the time, which I'm going to go on to next. As I was setting up the Getty on TTYA, the terminal port, I had this funny feeling it would conflict with the internal console when you have the keyboard unplugged from the machine. On Solaris, if you disconnect the keyboard, the boot prom and the OS just sort of redirect all I/O from that first TTY port. I had a feeling that NetBSD on a SPARC box would do the same, and I was right. So I just did some testing, and what you actually had to do is, if you want that terminal when you have your keyboard plugged in, leave the Getty on TTYA. But if you want to just let the machine do its thing, in your etc TTYs file, turn it off on TTYA and then leave your modem on TTYB. The OS will just sort of do things for you, which I will show you right now. Mine's turned off, and you can see I'm on my Cisco console server here, which I'll prove it to you. Control-Shift-6X. Here's the console server. Go back to number 4. I am root, and we are going to do a reboot. And this table is bowing in, isn't it, with all the hardware on top. I wonder if I can get that straight somewhere. Let's see. There we go. And of course there is the normal SPARC 20 prom boot. And as it comes up, there's probably somewhere it says what it's going to do. You know, no keyboard detected, using TTYA as input, output, and then something in the OS sets up the device's directory. So like con TTY is redirected to A, and you know, it does its thing sort of auto magically, which is actually what I expect it to do. So I was getting weird conflicts with the Getty that I had on TTYA, and they were both kind of fighting over the port. So it dawned on me, let's just set it up like what Solaris would do. Turn off the Getty, unplug it, turn it back on, and bada bing. Guess what? Unix just kind of works, right? When you know how to Unix, it Unixes perfectly. Unixes? Is that a verb? It is now. It is now Unixing. Postfix is so freaking slow. I'm going to pause it right here, and I'll be back when it starts up. Okay, postfix just took forever. Let's log in here locally. I'm on cons TTY right here. Let's go over to the telex box and dial in. Let's just make sure. Got a Getty. Something about this console, or the terminal on the Cisco. I'll trust there's a Getty. Let's go over to telex and see. Inside telex, let's see if it works. Is it Alt-D? Let's go to 4211. Doing the modem dance. Doing the modem dance. Somebody write a song. Ka-ching. Let's go in as me. Let's see who is on here. We should see root on the console. And modem is TTYB. Bada bing, we are good to go. We got headless SPARC box that right now, by the way, on my graphics card says keyboard not present, using TTYA for input and output, which is what I expected. Don't know if that got captured anywhere to demessage, but it's on the actual head. So I can turn it around, call this one working. It's got an IP, it's got that. We gotta wait on the other cable, but oh well. Let's just make sure we hang up. Ka-ching! And that's how you do it on NetBSD 10 on a SPARC 20. That's it for now. Next up, something on the Commodore. Laters.